Hello everybody and welcome to another edition of Buffett Backstories. Today we're speaking to the man who snapped the photograph you're looking at, the photo that's on the cover of Buffett Backstories. Larry Smith and his wife Linda are in Key West for the first time. What do you think so far?
Wow, it's a great place. Nothing like we're used to.
Take us back to the moment that you snapped that photo and what were the circumstances?
Now, we're talking about 40 years ago now.
Yeah.
So well, it was my birthday. I didn't really know that until I looked at the schedule and saw that he had a concert in Johnson City, Tennessee on October 26, 1982. So just a normal assignment for me. Of course, I love to go to concerts, and Jimmy Buffett was one of my favorites as well. So I was right there down front, ready to go, taking pictures, and glad to be able to do that.
We should point out that you were a staff photographer for East Tennessee
Yes.
State University.
Yes, staff photographer at ETSU for, started in '78, and I'm still working there too. So.
And Jimmy had the East Tennessee State jersey on.
Yeah,
how did he get that?
Somebody gave him an East Tennessee State football jersey. It was our homecoming, so that was kind of a natural thing, and he put it on and wore it, I think, for the whole program.
What do you remember from that concert?
Oh, very little. Very little, unfortunately. I wish I remembered more.
You fit right in with all the Buffett fans. You remember very little after those concerts.
That's true.
Well, so the photograph has captured a moment that I knew immediately this is the picture that we wanted to have on the cover because it captures so much. I have my opinion about it, but you're the guy who's a professional photographer. What do you see when you see that picture?
Well, it's one of my favorite pictures I've ever taken. When I retired a few years ago, they did a spread of pictures in the local newspapers, and that was one of the ones that I included. And of course, it's a horizontal picture, and just the way that it came out so good, the way you used it and put the colorizing in it, I had totally forgotten that it was a black and white picture. It looked so natural,
right?
What you did with it on the cover, but I don't remember, like I say, a lot about the concert. I do remember I enjoyed it, and it was fun being right down there in front and getting to be there. And that's one of the pictures I'm more proud of that I've taken.
Well, so what I see in it is it captures the energy of Jimmy Buffett at a time where you could argue was the peak of his career. It just, if there was one picture in your mind that you want to remember Jimmy Buffett looking like, that photo to me says it all.
Well, that's quite a compliment to the picture and the work that I was able to do.
So I
certainly appreciate that.
I found it on the internet, but are there any other photos from that photo session?
There probably are. I'll go back and look at them and see what we got.
Well, listen, you're no stranger to artists, right?
Right.
You have a pretty famous artist who's an alumnus of East Tennessee State.
We do. We have several.
One in particular who has a little Key West connection.
One in particular named Kenny Chesney, you may have heard of him, that was in our program. He started out in our bluegrass program. Probably in the mid 80s. I think he graduated in 89 or 90, somewhere there, from ETSU. And he played a lot of the bars and local scenes in Johnson City, Tennessee for several years. And he was a member of our bluegrass band. They got to travel around, went to Europe, went to Moscow. And there's a picture that we've got of him in Moscow with the other members of the band, who he's fairly close to even now. It was something to see how through the years that he just gotten more famous and better and now we would love to have him back at ETSU for a major concert. He was there just a few weeks ago to get his the university presented him an honorary doctorate, which we're very glad to get.
Do we have to call him doctor now? Dr. Chesney?
Well, that's one thing he said. He said, when I go back to my band, I'm going to require that they all call me Dr. Chesney now. Well, so that was one of the good lines that came from that. But also we have he was there. Another guy that got honored was Jack Tottle, who who created this bluegrass program at ETSU. And Kenny gives him a lot of credit for teaching him how to play the guitar and getting him started in this business.
I'd say.
That was where he got his start, and he's actually given Jack one of his famous guitars.
Oh wow!
So
it's the least he could do.
Yeah.
Well, the University of Miami also gave Jimmy Buffett an honorary doctorate, so I guess we
Okay.
have to call him Dr. Buffett
You
as
have
well.
to call him doctor.
But Larry, I just want to say thank you. I think that the success of the book is due in no small measure to the first image that you have of it, and it's your image.
Well,
and I think it says so much. It captures the energy of Jimmy Buffett, and I'm really grateful.
Well, thank you so much.
Very much.
Scott. We've enjoyed being here.
Yeah.
We've enjoyed your book thoroughly. I'd recommend it to anybody that I mean, it's just great reading. It's great history about this area. If you want to know a lot about Key West, just pick up this book and read it. And especially the stories. I have learned a lot. It's very interesting.
You're very kind.
Yeah.
Thank you. Come back and
You
see
as
us
well.
again.
Thank you. Will do.